Welcome to Astro Tina. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Today we're exploring the fascinating concept of the 1 to 9 year cycles and their profound impact on your life. Whether you're new to numerology or a seasoned enthusiast, understanding these cycles can offer valuable insights into the ebbs and flows of your personal journey. Each year within the 9-year cycle carries its unique energy and lessons, guiding you through phases of new beginnings, growth, challenges, and completions. By aligning with the vibrations of each year, you can navigate life's twists and turns with greater clarity and purpose. In this video, we'll break down the significance of each year, from the pioneering spirit of the 1 year to the culmination and release in a 9-year. So grab a notebook, get comfortable, and let's embark on this enlightening journey together. Remember, knowledge is power, and with the wisdom of numerology, you can harness the universe's rhythm to create a more harmonious and fulfilling life. So now you'll see on screen simple calculation on how to get your personal year. So let's look at the simple example of how to get your personal year. So for example, if you're born on March 5th, March being the third month, you would add the 3 to the 5, which equals an 8. Then you add the years of the current year that you're in. So this year would be 2025. You break those down individually. So 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5 equals a 9. So the 8 plus a 9 equals 17. You break that down into one digit, which would be an 8. So your personal year for this year of 2025 would be the personal year number 8, and you would watch the video for that number. Welcome to the transformative journey of the 1-year cycle. This pivotal year marks the beginning of a brand new 9-year chapter in your life, bringing with it profound change, fresh beginnings, and a deeper sense of self-awareness. As you embark on this journey, you'll encounter opportunities to refine who you are and what you aspire to be. The 1 year is about embracing independence, originality, and courage. It's a time to release the past and step boldly into a future brimming with potential. So as you navigate through new experiences and challenges, you'll gain invaluable insights into the true self and the world around you. So join me as we explore the theme of self-discovery, leadership, and personal growth that defines this transformative year. Discover how to harness the power of change, set the course for your long-term goals, and cultivate the confidence to pursue those dreams. This is a moment to start fresh, to pioneer new paths, and to create a more fulfilling and authentic life. So the 1-year cycle. The 1 year is a journey of change, new beginnings, independence, and becoming who you truly are. So despite the familiarities of the past, you are now on a completely new path. The 1 year marks the start of a fresh 9-year cycle in your life, urging you to embrace new potential and create a more fulfilling existence. This year is all about change and new beginnings. Last year ended a significant 9-year phase in your life, likely causing emotional confusion. These experiences were necessary for a new beginning for this year. It's essential to let go of past feelings and beliefs that are holding you back. By doing so, you'll better understand the purpose of this year's changes instead of feeling shocked or confused. And we need to embrace change and awareness. The 1 year brings new interests, experiences, goals, and understandings about life, about yourself, and about your journey. This period teaches the importance of courage as you face significant changes. The number 1 symbolizes self, emphasizing the growth of self-awareness, individuality, and necessary internal changes to achieve your goals. You will learn about independence, leadership, and originality, requiring great faith in yourself to take appropriate actions. This year will challenge your deepest feelings, unique talents, and your need for greater freedom. Adapt to the internal and external changes while developing your ability to lead yourself and others. Embrace new opportunities and insights. Independence and new beginnings, those are key words for this year. Independence is a key lesson in year one, often accompanied by feelings of isolation and loneliness. Those you once relied on may become unavailable, and independence can bring guilt. Recognize guilt as a destructive force to avoid getting stuck in resentment and confusion. Welcome new activities and change old routines. Without drastic change, you might find yourself directionless. Choose your path and let your will guide you instead of your guilt and fear. Stay flexible, and unexpected changes might alter your goals. Expect change this year. One change will lead to another, moving you far from your previous state, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Focus on what's best for you and start fresh. Decide on your long-term goals and take the first steps. Even if they seem small, small beginnings can lead to significant outcomes. Relationships are important, but your happiness and success depend on you. Surround yourself with realistic, free-thinking people who don't judge you or criticize your every move. Treat them with the same consideration. Focus on yourself without guilt, balancing your ego and breaking free from those who habitually disapprove of you or your plans. Year one is that of building confidence and planning for the future. Know what you want and believe in yourself. If your abilities need improvement, take the time to learn what's necessary to fulfill your intentions. As you strive for freedom, others will become less dependent or critical. Confidence comes from accepting reality and being open to new information and new experiences. Stay informed about local, national, and global events and plan accordingly. Start something substantial this year, whether it's a new project, activity, job, hobby, or even a new attitude. Failure to initiate change will leave you directionless. Address your dependencies. Imagine the freedom without them and trace the emotional causes behind your needs. Year one is about embracing learning and growth. Projects or ideas started 3 years ago might come to fruition this year, tying up loose ends from the previous 9-year cycle. Understand that time is needed between experiences and enjoy the surprises this year brings. Aim high, believe in your goals, and maintain the pioneering spirit essential for the 1 year. Learning from your mistakes, build from your mistakes. Face your fears and explore humanity's journey with an open mind, promoting your desires and interests. Recognize that much of what happens this year will reflect broader events. By making this connection, you'll see where your qualities and talents fit in. Learn that life is not a struggle, but a continuous, free-flowing journey of energy that evolves through cycles of learning. So according to numerology and astrology, the number 1 is associated by the sun. Sun is the ruler of number 1. It brings its unique influences to the year 1 cycle. So some key words that are associated with the sun are illumination and clarity, vitality and energy, leadership and authority, self-expression and individuality, new beginnings and renewal, optimism and positivity. And you'll see in year 1, these words do ring true for what happens in year 1 for the individuals who are experiencing that as their personal year. So thank you for joining me today for exploring the depths of the 1-year cycle. I hope this discussion has provided you with a valuable insight and inspiration to your own journey. Until next time, embrace the endings and new beginnings with an open heart and a ready spirit. Hello and welcome everyone. The 2-year is a journey of connection, partnership, patience, and attention to detail, cooperation, sensitivity, and gradual progress. So welcome to year 2, an inspiring journey where you'll discover exciting connections between your past, present, and future. This year will set an ambitious goal in motion, requiring perseverance and above all, great patience. To begin, you must slow down and stop pushing for immediate results. What you desire will take longer to achieve than expected. So temper your high expectations and pay meticulous attention to details. Learn to move more slowly, attentively, and with mutual interests in mind, or you will miss crucial clues and connections. Widen your perspective to see the bigger picture and understand your connection with everything influencing your life. Slowing down can be challenging when you feel the need to move faster. However, until you slow down enough to see the finer details of your reality, you won't understand where you've come from, who you're becoming, where you are, and what you're doing, why you're doing it, or the roles others play in your life. Clarity is the one principal gift of the year two, but it requires you to slow down to claim it. Accept your past while living in the present. This is not an easy task, but if you aim to do so without struggling with the slowness or repressing triggering emotions, the insights you gain will guide you into the future of your choice. Release stress by letting your emotions flow freely. Once expressed, you can relax, achieving ease with yourself. Holding on to stress and refusing to slow down will burden your body, potentially leading to illness. Stress is the pressure of unexpressed feelings. If you don't reduce your pace and stress of the year two, the two energy will find a way to do it for you. The 2 year embodies peace, requiring cooperation over competition. There is no need to push yourself. The results you desire will not materialize through force. You will be amazed at what you can accomplish when you live at the same pace as this cycle. You may retreat from aggressive and stressed individuals. If you cannot physically move away, maintain a relaxed, patient mindset to prevent their problems from becoming yours. This is the time for deep awareness, civility, and kindness. When the journey gets confusing, imagine yourself standing at the top of a hill, looking down on your life and its people and situations. This perspective will help you to understand the true nature of what's happening, the need for continuous patience, and the complexity of other people's lives. You're leaving the human race to become the human being you may have forgotten you are. As your understanding of others increase, you'll realize that even aggressive individuals may be masking their great unhappiness. Be tactful and sensitive to their feelings, creating harmony. If you feel vulnerable or insecure, avoid responding with aggressive or defensiveness. Patience with yourself will make it easier to be patient with others. A little lightness and humor will help you ease this year's tensions. Correct timing and patience are crucial in the 2 year cycle. Your goals are either being taken care of behind the scenes or depend on other factors that must first happen before you proceed. Patience is not merely enduring adverse conditions, but paving the way for future success with careful attention to details and listening to others. Shift the focus from yourself to teamwork. Achievements will develop through collaboration, benefiting others with your abilities. Move forward with patience, waiting for developments to happen in their own time, and relaxing your tensions and concerns. You will seek more warmth and connection, acceptance for your feelings and those of others. True prosperity and security come through cooperation and tolerance, not competition and aggression. From this peaceful perspective, you will find ways to change what you dislike. Living moment to moment, you'll understand that the present is your exit from the past and a gateway into the future. The past and the future connect through decisions and actions in the present. This year, decide to quiet your mind, develop your intuition, and rely on it to make right decisions for you. Despite the slowness of the 2nd year cycle, you will make significant progress, becoming more sensitive to life's metaphysics and sensing reality. Expect intense flashes of intuition and strange dreams. Keep a record of your dreams, as they may reveal patterns, providing valuable insights into your daily life. Embrace the nurturing energy of the 2nd year, relaxing into it and flowing with it. This gentle state will expand your understanding of freedom and love. You will realize that aggression and denial of reality hinder our capacity to think, feel, move, and enjoy. This year will show you that free will is the next step in human evolution and that without it, we are slaves. Distractions, delays, and diversions this year are designed to develop your patience. Each situation offers a lesson or an opportunity, patiently assessing everything around you and within you, feeling and sensing your way through life instead of forcing your way or denying reality. Be sensitive to your reality. Little effort is required for personal ambition. This year's delays and intrusions help them along. If you succumb to frustration and push ahead, you may end up in the wrong place at the wrong time, needing more than diplomacy to get you out of that mess. Teamwork is essential, and you are likely to play a significant role within a group, partnership, or a relationship. Be diplomatic and considerate, learning from others. Cooperate and be comfortable in a supporting role, even if it means others take credit for your ideas. Allow yourself to feel anger when alone, understanding its message without confronting others unless necessary. Develop confidence and grace to deal with situations calmly and effectively, avoiding entanglement in others' problems. Your attention to detail will make you respected and indispensable. But don't become so indispensable that you cannot change adverse situations. Without a warm and welcoming attitude, you may experience nervousness, conflicting relationships, blame, guilt, anger, fear, and unrelenting criticism. This may indicate attempts to control others or feeling controlled by others. Interact by feeling others' presence, listening to their messages, seeing them entirely, and understanding your connection to them. Release control over others and break free of their control over you. Discover how much more loving and lovable you become in this process. Last year, you learned about individuality and independence. This year, you'll learn about everyone cooperating according to unique energies. Everyone has their own story, and everyone is equally important and has feelings. How we treat and relate to others affects the quality of life for ourselves and for them. The 2-year will reveal behavior patterns impeding freedom. In these turbulent times, your talent for tolerance, understanding, and cooperation is invaluable. This year will teach you how to treat yourself and how to treat others. And now let's look at how the number 2 is associated with the moon. The moon's association with year 2 is deeply connected to its themes of intuition, emotion, and rhythm, which complement the year's focus on patience, cooperation, and gradual progress. The moon governs our emotional and intuitive responses. In year 2, this influence emphasizes the need to be in tune to our inner feelings and those of others. As you navigate this year, the moon's energy encourages deeper emotional insight and sensitivity, helping you understand and respond to your own and other people's needs with compassion. Just as the moon goes through phases of waxing and waning, year 2 involves periods of growth, reflection, and release. This alignment underscores the importance of timing and patience. Embrace the natural ebb and flow of progress, recognizing that not all phases of your journey will be equally active or productive. The moon's cycles are ideal for periods of reflection. In year 2, the new moon and the full moon phases offer opportunities to set intentions, assess progress, and make adjustments. Use these times to evaluate where you are, what has been achieved, and what needs to be refined. The moon supports this reflective process, aiding in clarity and understanding. The moon's influence encourages nurturing and sensitivity qualities that align with year 2's focus on cooperation and intention on detail. The moon helps you to be more empathetic and supportive in your relationships and interactions, fostering a harmonious environment. The moon's role in regulating emotional balance complements year 2's lessons in patience and careful progress. By tuning into the moon's phases, you can better manage your emotional responses and maintain equilibrium, which is essential for navigating the slower, more deliberate pace of this year. So overall, the moon's influence in year 2 highlights the importance of aligning with emotional and intuitive rhythms, reflecting on progress, and embracing a nurturing, patient approach to achieving your goals. The 3-year, a journey to personal happiness. After a year in which other people's needs eclipsed your own, it's your turn now. The 3-year is a simpler, more casual year in which you constantly ask yourself, what do I want? Your long-term happiness and fulfillment are the central issues, and the year 3 cycle gives you the opportunity to discover and then to create what you believe will make you happy. What you want is attainable regardless what appears to be standing in front of you. However, before the direction of your happiness can be uncovered, you first have to detect and heal the sources of your unhappiness, which you will find have much to do with what is taking place in the world as it does to do with your own personal situations, relationships, and memories. You will have to feel what you are feeling and express those emotions in a way that's natural for you. Only then can you know what you want. Happiness is a feeling, an emotion, which can only come from the inside. And there will be at least one opportunity this year to feel joy as you have never felt it before. As the year 3 progresses and you find yourself in some kind of spotlight, you will definitely need to express your alternating fears of failure and success. This release will bring you to a more comfortable state of knowing who, what, where you are now. This is the realistic perspective, a new spectrum of opinions that will open up for you. In the 3-year, the past becomes the present you have created, and the present becomes the creative springboard from which you build your future. You may have to take a few courageous leaps in the dark. Fear will be experienced, and this will help you to develop courage and to know that you are far more capable than you've ever allowed yourself to believe. With this level of self-acceptance, your leap will turn into bounds, and this year could turn out to be very fulfilling for you. Courage is not the absence of fear. If you're not afraid, then courage has nothing to do with it. Courage is the acceptance of fear and the determination to deal with it and to get through it, no matter what is causing it. In addition to courage, 3 represents lightness, happiness, innocence, peace, truth, friendships, creativity, communication, youth, beauty, optimism, laughter, and love. Of course, everything has its opposite extremes, and the 3 energy is absolutely no exception to that. This cycle of light certainly has its dark side, which can include depression, sorrow, guilt, gossip, oppression, destruction, lies, enemies, ugliness, pessimism, cynicism, coldness, rejection, scandal, and even cruelty. And if you experience any of these things, try to understand that they have their purpose too. These adverse elements often enter our lives in the 3-year to show us just how easily we equate happiness with superficial and shallow things. This year's experiences will bring you into deeper waters and the potential for deeper and more meaningful forms of happiness. The 3-year emphasizes independence within loving relationships. This is not a contradiction, but an opportunity to love deeply without consistently worrying about what the other person thinks. The more you approve of yourself and do what you want to do, the more others will accept you for who you are, because they'll be witnessing the astonishing beauty that comes from authenticity and authentic confidence. When this inner beauty is expressed outwardly, it's so hard to resist. 3 is the energy of attraction and charisma. Displays of false confidence, keeping up appearances. This will not work in the 3-year cycle. Pretending to be happy or fearless, it's impossible to maintain that role, and eventually becoming painfully apparent by a scrupulous lack of personal satisfaction. The 3-year makes it clear that you do not require approval of others. Now, observe the 3-sided or triangle nature of your relationships. Friction will arise if you try to keep or connect certain individuals who do not belong in the same set of circumstances or social framework. By trying to please one, you may be upsetting the other. All you can do is please yourself first and allow others to decide for themselves who they want to be friends with. Friends play an important role in the 3-year, so try to create more free time for social interactions. What's your idea of enjoyment? Is there any imagination or creativity involved in your social life? Or is it always the same old routine? Are you living by your own design or just following the crowd? Are you seeking friendship or approval? This year, you're likely to become aware of how you're outgrown certain friendships and associations, and this may come as a shock to you. Your will, which is made up of all your feelings, wants to be free. It wants to be around others who value freedom and uniqueness. Your experiences will show you that your free will is an accurate measure of human evolution, which in the 3 year can expand drastically. Maintain your previous individuality. You have many good qualities which need to be expanded. If you discover a talent you didn't know you had, pursue this new interest passionately. Focus on self-improvement at all levels. You may want to change your appearance to better suit your new ideals, and this will require the elimination of old habits. Your responsibilities will be easier to fulfill if you put your own happiness first. Keep your goals firmly in mind as you make new discoveries about what you desire. Be prepared to make drastic changes. Focus. If your attention becomes too scattered, you will have all the opportunities that the year 3 offers, but your mind will be too muddled to utilize them effectively. We're living in a world that is rift with misery and suffering, and you may wonder if seeking personal happiness is appropriate or even realistic. Guilt will tell you that it's wrong or impractical, but the 3 year reminds you that life is never meant to be unhappy experiences. And by allowing guilt to suck you in, you'll be giving it more power to spread itself further into the world. Take your happiness, your right to exist as you are and as you want to be. Take it seriously. Does this mean that you should ignore what's coming around you and what is around you, or you're refusing to help where it's needed? The 3 year may sound like a selfish one, but it's not. You will be unable to attract success through blunted self-interest. On the contrary, life is urging you to reach out to others in a friendly, optimistic, and well-meaning manner. A kind and generous nature will attract the success you're seeking. Think in terms of what you can contribute in a situation rather than what you're getting out of it. Then you'll see that your generosity and kindness will be returning to you in different ways. You'll be learning the difference between love and guilt this year. Where guilt exists, love can't. 3 is the number of innocence. This year's events will show you that guilt really is the biggest obstacle in your quest for fulfillment. The only way to remove it is to stop prejudging what's right and wrong and develop total acceptance of your own natural capacity for decency and compassion. 3 is the number of communication and expression, and you'll find that spoken or written words, images, sound, humor, and unusual ideas all play pivotal roles in your life now. It's essential that you take your ideas seriously and are able to take a concept beyond the idea stage and actually create it into the material world. What a word of warning must be given here. These elements can also create many problems for you if they are used without the regard for reality in which we're using them. It's not uncommon for the 3 year for words to be blundered out thoughtlessly or images to be pushed into other people's faces in a way that offends or hurts. This should not be taken lightly, because if this does happen to you, you could find yourself in a difficult position that will not be easy to put right. Words and images are creative tools. The damage incurred by using them in a destructive way is often beyond measure. It's important to remember that to check your facts for yourself. It's often in the 3 year that we discover how easily we succumb to hearsay, the loudest voice, the voice of authority. The truth is likely to be buried beneath layers of deception or misconception, so try to keep your mind open. 3 is the number of appearances. What happens to be the case must be seen for what it is deep down, and not just for what appears to be on the surface. Look more deeply into whatever you're dealing with, and remember that there is a big difference between struggle and effort. 3 is the number of optimism, which, if correctly understood, is an important tool for clarifying and attaining your goals. You attract to you what you expect, whether you do so consciously or subconsciously. Guilt tells us that optimism produces false hope. And indeed, it does if you do not act to take advantage of the potential it reveals to us. The purpose of optimism is not to deceive us into denying our problems, but to show us that greater possibilities do exist. Optimism is wanting to make the best of whatever your circumstances happen to be. Ideas, plans, or projects you started 2 years ago are now likely to show some movement and progress. This will increase your optimism considerably and provide a new base for action. Aim high, give your best. One of the three's unique quality is to spread itself to others, for better or for worse. The beauty that comes from unique confidence. So in numerology, the number 3 is often linked with Jupiter due to its qualities that they share. Jupiter is known as the planet of expansion, abundance, and optimism. Resonates well with the energetic attributes of the number 3. Jupiter embodies growth and a broad outlook on life, which aligns with the 3-year focus on optimism and creativity. This year encourages embracing a positive mindset and seeing opportunities for personal and professional expansion. Jupiter's influence supports the creative energy of number 3, and it's a time for expressing oneself through art, communication, and innovative ideas. The 3-year under Jupiter's influence is ideal for pursuing creative projects and embracing new forms of self-expression. Jupiter is often associated with bringing joy and prosperity. In a 3-year, its influence can manifest as increased happiness, social interactions, and a sense of abundance. It's a period where you find yourself more connected to what brings you genuine pleasure. Jupiter's role on the planet for higher learning complements the number 3 focus on personal development and self-discovery. This year is a time for gaining new knowledge, expanding your horizons, and applying new insights to your life. Jupiter's expansive nature supports the 3-year emphasis on friendships and social interactions. It's a great time to build new relationships, strengthen existing ones, and enjoy social activities. So overall, Jupiter's influence during 3-year encourages you to embrace the energies of growth, creativity, joy, and foster a period of significant personal and emotional development. Understanding the significance of the 4-year cycle is pivotal to navigating the challenges and opportunities it presents. This cycle emphasizes vision, management, priority, limitation, restriction, determination, effort, and breakthrough. Central to this year is the development of your sense of identity, understanding who you are and what you believe in as you move through the practical and often demanding year. 4 is the number of organization and work, how things work, making things work, and working towards something that means a lot to you. As the year unfolds, you'll need to develop a clear vision of what you want and make a firm commitment to attaining it. Keep in mind that the reason the year 4 often feels confusing and difficult is because its nature seems to place obstacles in your path in any time your attention is diverted from reality. Setting realistic goals not only helps you to stay focused, but it often results in achieving satisfied results. Whatever it is that you hope to accomplish, and your priorities may change several times this year, you can be assured that it involves mental, emotional, and/or physical hard work. 4 reacts to the strength of the will, which is comprised of all your feelings, both pleasant and unpleasant. Denial of your feelings weakens and imprisons your will, which by nature needs to be free. The natural response of the human will is that the complete acceptance of reality, along with whatever feelings reality triggers. The will thrives on truth, even if the truth hurts. Those very sensations, the whole emotional range, are our natural responses to reality. Of course, you may want to keep your feelings to yourself if circumstances call for a show of steadiness and resolve. But the long-term success that the 4-year offers is going to come through your ability to fully feel your feelings and gain the intelligence they contain. If you're trying to make something happen, the strong will is needed. However, it is in the year 4 that you'll realize that your will is not free at all, because we have repressed it with a limited vision of our potential. 4 can make you feel restricted and boxed in by circumstances that are beyond our control. And knowing how to feel is the only way to know what to do next. It's from these feelings that creativity is born. And thankfully, your experiences along the down-to-earth 4 road will make emotional denial almost impossible. The part of your will that is free is now trying to rescue the imprisoned part of itself. Don't worry if you don't understand this immediately. As the year unfolds and you face the reality of the year and your own personal life, new understandings will come. The serious and practical 4 energy needs a specific goal to work towards so it can maintain its profound sense of purpose. It responds best to routine, efficiency, order, and organization. There really is limitations on how far you can travel this year. So when you find yourself dealing with the inevitable frustrations that come with such restrictions, remember that the very essence of the human will is acceptance. Look at your situation with a clear mind, and then look at how to put your will towards fixing that situation, and all your efforts will pay off. Last year, you learned about the power of optimism. The year 3 urged you to see beyond the first impressions and face the reality of the situation. The first impression you may have of your situation may be that nothing can be done to change things. So why try? But once you put your willpower to it, you'll see that you can accomplish anything you put your mind to. So this year, you'll be developing a greater sense of your own purpose, and you'll be settling into a definite course or direction for yourself. You can't drift aimlessly along and just hope for the best. You need to make a meaningful goal to focus on and be responsible for it. Consider every aspect of your life and confront yourself with the vision of where each aspect is leading. Later in the year, when you find yourself churning in a situation that appears to place you out of your depths, be practical, face the facts, look for solutions that will change your circumstances, or at least help you get through them. Once you accept the serious nature of the 4-year, you will be able to relax into it from a more accepting frame of mind. You will have a better chance of shaping your reality as you would prefer, rather than have it shape you. Now you must organize your life according to what is important to you and lay firm foundations based on those priorities. Things you believed were important may be the very same things that are now restricting you. Blaming others is just another form of restriction because it implies that you're a victim, when in reality, you are causing your own restrictions by refusing to prioritize. That is what good organization is all about, being able to deal with various issues in the right way, at the right time, with the right people, in the correct order of importance, and in the right direction you want it all to go. The circumstances for the 4-year may make you feel stuck, yet your true purpose is to point out where you're stuck in the road of life and help you break free from those situations and beliefs that are keeping you physically, emotionally, creatively, and intellectually restricted. These issues are preventing you from evolving into a person you know you can be. This year, you will be faced with reality of you, and especially your fear of change. Weed out those useless and trivial aspects of your life, especially beliefs and attitudes that simply don't matter or make sense in the grand scheme of things. All those things that are distracting you from the larger picture. Focus on what really matters to you. And even then, face the possibility that half of those things don't matter either. What does matter is your freedom to exist as you want to exist, and the level of loving intent in your heart. Take an honest look at those aspects which you believe are holding you back. Many of them are of your own making. Are you too set in your ways or too frivolous and uncaring? Are you too stubborn to learn about your past and present mistakes? Are you unrealistic about talents and potential? Are you unhealthy due to poor diet, a substance abuse, or lack of exercise or sleep? Are you unrealistic about finances or material wealth? Do you distract yourself from reality? Do you base your actions on your own feelings and beliefs or those of other people? Are you freeing your will or giving it away? Be honest with yourself. Identify what's really working and what's not working. And through the process of elimination, you'll soon see the direction you have to take to build the identity and a new circumstances that you desire. 4 is the number of the builder. It's time to construct what you want. Hard work is inevitable and careful planning is essential. Visualizing what you want in great detail, using all your senses, is the key to bringing it all together. A certain dream or a goal may have emerged last year, but this year you're going to deal with the hard work that comes with reaching and then sustaining a goal. Review and organize your finances and material assets. The events of April and May will bring these matters into your attention. Conserve your resources and be careful of what your resources actually are. Skills, ability, knowledge, contacts, family, and friends are all potential resources. Use them only as needed and take nothing and no one for granted. Be practical and efficient with this year's limited reserves. Understand how money works and be aware of what's happening in the deceptive world of politics and economics. Anytime you feel yourself struggling this year, stop. Stop what you're doing and face the facts, just as they are. The 4-year can feel like an obstacle course that brings you to your personal limits. You must therefore learn to free and expand your will so that it energizes and pushes your limits away from you. Then, although you still have limits, as we all do, they won't be boxing you in or causing pressure, so you won't feel pressurized. 4 highlights your sense of identity. Who am I? And what's my purpose? Those may be the 2 most frequently asked questions. However, this sense of identity doesn't come from what you do in life, but from the way you feel about life and the place that you have in it. Your professional life or just making ends meet may predominate, but there's more to you than what you do just for a living. The question is, what do you do for life? In these unpredictable evolutionary times, nothing is out of the question. Keep your imagination open. No matter how practical you feel you have to be, the more freedom you give to your imagination, the more likely you are to find a way forward that is just right for you. Although there may be a spurt of highly accelerated action this year, progress is usually not rapid in the year 4 energy. You may often encounter delays and hurdles and bouts of loneliness, pessimism, and frustration, only to regain this acceptance of reality that is within it, your balance, vision, belief in yourself, and determination. So now for speaking about numerology and astrology, the number 4 is often associated with the planet Rahu, which is a shadow planet in Vedic astrology. Rahu is known for its influence on ambition, desires, material pursuits, and its effect on significant impact, the characteristics attributed to the number 4. So Rahu's influence on the number 4 implies a strong drive towards achieving material success and status. This alignment often manifests in a deep-seated ambition and a relentless pursuit of goals, which can be both motivating and overwhelming. People influenced by Rahu in the 4-year may find themselves driven by a desire to attain wealth, recognition, sometimes to the point of obsession. Now, Rahu is known for creating obstacles and challenges that test one's resolve. In the year 4, the presence of Rahu can intensify feelings of restriction and limitation. These challenges are often designed to force individuals to confront their deeper fears and limitations, pushing them to work harder and reassess their priorities. Now, Rahu's influence encourages unconventional thinking and approaches. This can lead to innovative solutions and creative breakthroughs. especially when traditional methods fail. During a 4-year, you may find that embracing unconventional strategies or perspectives can help overcome obstacles and achieve long-term goals. Rahu does have a tendency to blur the lines between illusion and reality because it's a shadow planet. In the context of the 4-year, this can result in confusion and misjudgment. It's crucial to stay grounded and clear headed, as Rahu can sometimes lead individuals to chase illusions or unrealistic goals. Critical self reassessment and maintaining a practical outlook is essential. Despite its challenges, Rahu's influence is transformative. The trials and tribulations faced and experienced during the 4-year under Rahu's sway are opportunities for significant personal growth and transformation. Facing and overcoming these challenges can lead to profound changes in perspective and a stronger sense of self. The number 4's association with Rahu brings a focus on ambition, material pursuits, and overcoming challenges. While Rahu's influence can create obstacles and test limits, it also offers its opportunities for growth, innovation, and the development of a more grounded and realistic approach to achieving your goals. Embracing your 5-year cycle, a journey to freedom and transformation. As you step into your personal 5-year cycle, you enter a pivotal phase where freedom becomes one of the most significant aspects of your journey. In a world where freedom is increasingly valued, you will need to diverse, resourceful, and innovative ways to retain and expand your freedom, whatever that may mean to you, even as you are urged to do just the opposite. The number 5 symbolizes diversity, travel, change, and exposure to different cultures. Whatever you face, strive for a deeper understanding of what is involved. Awareness of reality is your best safety net in this exciting and unpredictable cycle. The number 5 also represents change, chance, variety, choice, different belief systems, and sudden. The unexpected, the unusual, and the physical. This year promises to be new and an enriching experience for you. 5 is at the halfway point of the 9-year cycle. The 5 years serves as a bridge between the past and the future. The events of this year will help you distinguish between the old you, the present you, and the potential you. Expect substantial changes or a sequence of smaller changes that will lead to a new way of life and a completely new understanding of life itself. The 5-year provides opportunities to turn your life around by embarking on pathways entirely different from anything that you have taken before. Approach this journey with a complete change of attitude. While last year's 4-year was limiting and restrictive, this year, you must focus on being limitless and free, recognizing opportunity as it appears. This will require an open and adventurous mind. In the 5-year, careful selection from your previous options. Pursue those that align with your true desires rather than temporary whims. Trying to seize every opportunity could lead to confusion and prevent success in any area. If numeric energies were roads or highways, route number 5 would be the widest and busiest, where all traffic seeks a change of course. Without a base goal or a sense of direction, accidents occur and people find themselves in unwanted places. Start with a firm goal in mind, but remain flexible. The 5-year brings us sudden and unexpected changes. You are now on a fast-paced journey filled with options, action, and excitement. It is an adventure into life, a time to discover your true potential by experiencing things you haven't experienced before. This year is likely to be filled with new people, new places, and possibilities. Opportunities may fall into your hands, or you may find yourself debating whether a particular change of course is what you want. Ultimately, a decision must be made. Courage will be required. So base your decisions on the awareness of reality and understanding of the possible outcomes. This does not mean judging something before experiencing it, but rather being aware of how one change can create a chain reaction of many changes. It's essential to know what you're feeling moment to moment. Denied feelings remain trapped inside you and deplete your freedom. This year, you will release unexpressed emotions that have been weighing you down for far too long. Regardless of global events, the world is opening up to you, inviting you to experience it in its fullest. Experience itself is on the offer this year. To receive it, to attain your freedom. Mistakes may need to be made. Remember, a mistake becomes experience when its lesson has been learned, and not repeating it. Allow your mistakes to evolve into expertise. One of the biggest mistakes you could make this year is giving up before fully experiencing something in a state of freedom. So you don't always have to lose what you have in order to get what you want. Guilt, disguising itself as fear, can make you feel this way. In the year 5, you will become aware of mistakes you frequently make that result in disappointment. The 5 energy will help you to take responsibility for your mistakes. And if you're truly open to freedom and meaningful change, it will provide the alternative you seek. From this experience, you will become stronger, more capable, effective, relaxed, and impressive as a human being because you will have learned and grown from the mistakes instead of repeating them. Your mistake will no longer be a source of misery, guilt, or disappointment. It will be an experience. Each month of the 5-year offers the opportunity to notice ongoing mistakes. Change your approach. Gain new experience. You will soon realize that freedom is always a matter of choice, the choices you make. So loosen up, feel the freedom that exists within. Regardless of your external situation, this powerful feeling will help you change your outer circumstances. The 5 vibration is attuned to your expectations and desires. It's also the principal energy involved in sex and reproduction. Conception most often takes place when the 5 energy is active. What will you conceive this year? A child, an idea, a plan? What are you expecting? What do you believe? So without change, we stagnate. Some changes will occur suddenly and unexpectedly, while others will be initiated by your efforts. Expect the unexpected. Be prepared for anything. Make freedom your prime concern. Okay, understand that you are where you are so that you can prosper from your experience. To make the appropriate choices and changes, you must be aware of reality at all times. There are alternatives to your present circumstances, but you must first recognize what you need to change within you. At some point in the year, you will feel a deep need for more freedom and spontaneity in your life. If you want to be free, you must start living more freely. Get away from old routines. Do something new. Do something differently. Look for new directions. Do not scatter your attention or spread yourself too thin, or you may find yourself jumping from one thing to another without accomplishing anything. Your curiosity can lead to success or disappointment, so focus on what matters. The 5-year also reminds you to take care of your body, respect it, heal it, and strengthen it. Become more aware of your physical senses and abilities. Use them creatively. Get adequate rest and relaxation. Love your body and enhance your physical comfort. Be aware of your sensual nature, your sexual nature, because that is the energy that is the 5. It is sex that makes life possible in the first place. So one person's reality is not the same as another's. Honesty is essential because freedom cannot flow without reality. Start with being honest with yourself, and you will see that honesty has nothing to do with laws, rules, regulations. It has to do with the straightforwardness, truth, and self-acceptance. Head games, manipulations, they will only backfire on you. So try to be genuine at all times. Your horizons are broader now. The 5-year has all the elements of being in the fast lane. If you set out confidently with a specific goal in mind, you will be able to relax and enjoy this action-packed episodes. Set your sights high, experience the reality of change, variety, adventure, opportunity, and above all, your own precious free will. The 6 year cycle. 6 is for self-resilience and security and establishing your place in the world. So our fundamental instinct is survival. When we or our loved ones feel threatened, we often take extreme protective measures. However, these extremes can sometimes be more dangerous than the initial threat itself. Currently, 3 powerful lanes of energy are available to you. One on the left and one on the right. They're very unstable extremes, while the center lane offers balance. This is where you should focus. Welcome to the 6 year cycle, where you'll experience a growing sense of duty and priority. Acknowledge your responsibilities, but be open to discovering what they really are. Throughout the year, you'll realize that some responsibilities are no longer yours or were never meant to be. So, neglected responsibilities may demand attention now. Your primary obligation is to yourself. Only then can you effectively take care of other people. In the 6 year cycle, you'll strive for self-reliance, security, and establishing your place in the world. Balancing the needs of others with your own may require adjustments and sacrifices. Often, the best way to help others is by allowing them to take responsibility for themselves. Some situations will require unexceptional patience, compassion, and understanding. You may need to reassess beliefs that no longer fit your current reality. Responding with love rather than guilt or fear will make your journey more smoother. The 6th year focuses on love and matters of the heart, including marriage, family, close friends, duty, home, healing, education, security, peace, and creativity. Both the joys and challenges of your personal life will dominate. When love is your motivation, almost everything is possible. First, learn to distinguish between love and control, love and guilt, love and fear, love and attraction, and love and hate. Love cannot be bought, sold, or manipulated or controlled. Misunderstanding this leads to the belief that love hurts. Love itself never hurts. It's the fear of losing someone that causes pain. By allowing people to be themselves, manipulative instincts will diminish, and your emotions will flow openly and lovingly. This creates genuine unity as you learn to love and appreciate yourself more. You've grown and evolved, and it's time to reflect the new you. Avoid making promises you can't keep or taking on responsibilities that aren't yours, as this leads to resentment and frustration. Accept the demands of your emotions, your time, and resources this year. Recognize your power to heal yourself and help others heal as well. Health and healing are crucial aspects of the 6th year, often involving addressing unexpressed emotions that manifest as physical symptoms. Despite your own problems, you may feel like a counselor or problem solver for others. The magnetic 6th energy attracts people to you, sensing your potential to help. However, don't let others become overly dependent on you or let volunteering interfere with your priorities. Know when to say no. New responsibilities, possibilities, and discoveries often arise in the 6th year. People seek their rightful place in the world, often moving home or starting home-based businesses. Relationships and circumstances reveal their true nature if you take the time to look deeply. This is a period where marriages, partnerships, and creative ventures can begin or evolve. Emotional highs and lows and the quest for justice are common. Your understanding of justice may evolve as you recognize its complexities. Re-examine past judgments and express associated feelings. Hatred takes up space that love could occupy, potentially leading to disease or rage. This is a time for acceptance, understanding, forgiveness, and healing. Acknowledge the existence of hatred within yourself to release it and allow love to flourish. In the sixth year, reliability and dependability are important, but seek approval only from yourself. Follow your feelings to determine your truth. Exercise free will and responsibility. The sixth year emphasizes education, particularly personal discovery of truth. Avoid assuming you or others have all the answers. The sixth year emphasizes your power of magnetism, attracting what you focus on. Concentrate on the good in others and seek peaceful solutions. If you're struggling with a responsibility reluctantly, it may not be yours. Genuine responsibility can be handled lovingly and naturally. The balanced energy of 6 renovates, restores, and heals. So this year is a journey of power and priority, learning the truth about your relationships, healing generational and individual gaps, and fostering peace and love. Now, when we're looking at the 33 potential, when the sixth year stems from the master number 33, there's a strong focus on personal words, images, manifestation, and improvements. The 33 energy, which is the 6, works alongside with the 6 energy, appearing less frequently but more intensely. So the 33 sixth year emphasizes teaching, healing, and communication. The 33 energy is powerful, often directed towards uplifting others. It's crucial to respect free will, avoiding the imposition of your beliefs on others. The 6th energy can manifest as a dictator or tyrant, but the 33-6 vibration typically lacks personal ambition and the aims to help others live freely and peacefully, with unconditional love as a goal. The 33 energy requires sincere devotion and can't be faked. It's intense and challenging to maintain over a long period of time. So focus on being yourself. Mistakes are part of the learning process. Your reputation may matter to you this year, but it's wise to admit when you don't know something and learn what you need to learn. The desire to learn enables this energy to achieve significant outcomes. The 33-6 energy grants creative vision and the means to realize it, allowing you to offer guidance directly or through connections. Key features of this energy include security, devotion, and authentic communication. Now, Venus is the ruler of number 6, so deeply influences this energy of the 6th year. And Venus embodies love, beauty, harmony, and balance, which are central themes of the 6th year. So Venus's influence enhances your focus on love, romance, and personal relationships. So this is a year where you may experience a deepening of existing relationships or the formation of new ones. The emphasis will be on creating harmony and balance within the connections that you have with others. Now, Venus brings a nurturing and protective energy, which translates into a strong focus on family, home, and domestic life. You may feel a heightened desire to create a comfortable and beautiful home environment. Family matters and responsibilities will be prominent, encouraging you to care for and nurture those you love. Venus's influence fosters creativity and an appreciation for beauty. You might find yourself drawn to artistic endeavors, design, or enhancing your surroundings. This is a good year for expressing yourself through creative projects and enjoying the arts. Venus encourages you to seek balance and avoid extremes. In the 6th year, this means striving for equilibrium in all aspects of your life, whether in personal relationships, work, or self-care. It's a time to harmonize conflicting areas of your life and find peaceful resolutions. Under Venus's influence, self-care and personal well-being become important. The focus will be on maintaining your own health and comfort, which in turn helps you to be better equipped to take care of others. This includes both physical and emotional well-being. Venus's energy helps in resolving conflicts with compassion and understanding. If disagreements arise, you'll be inclined to approach them with a desire for peace and reconciliation rather than confrontation. Overall, Venus's role as a ruler of the number 6 highlights a year centered around love, harmony, and personal growth. Embrace the influences of Venus to cultivate positive relationships, beautify your surroundings, and create a balanced and fulfilling life. Welcome to the 7-year cycle. The 7 energy surrounds you with privacy, solitude, and quietness. It's a year of introspection, constantly questioning and seeking truth, wisdom, dignity, fulfillment, and perfection. This year, you'll embark on a similar journey. Without understanding its purpose, the 7 journey can feel confusing or even depressing. Despite your urge to forge ahead, this year teaches you to create the conditions you truly desire. As you progress, you'll confront areas of dissatisfaction, helping you realize how perfect and satisfying your life can be if you're willing to make necessary changes. Only then will you know where you truly belong in this rapidly evolving world. This self-centered year will guide you towards a direction that feels right. A more serious side of your nature will emerge, highlighting that the status quo is no longer sufficient. Rather than chasing new opportunities, be patient and wait for them to come to you. Focusing progress will only bring the same old dissatisfaction. This is a year to plan, not to act. Slow down and acknowledge that you feel lost in your life's turbulent ocean. Even if you're certain of your desires, achieving them requires a serious commitment. So don't panic. Feeling lost may be the only way to find where you are meant to be. You're on schedule. The importance of slowing down can't be overstated. In a year 7, moving too fast may result in a lateral or a metaphorical fall, meant to shock you out of your denial and into introspection. The 7 energy brings scandal, secrets, conspiracies, and paranoia. Denial is not an option, and any fall you experience will ultimately steer you towards a more natural path. The 7-year emphasizes introspection, emotion, analysis, tuition, reflection, seclusion, research, and faith. It's a quieter inner year to seek answers to your most burning questions. Seek what feels ideal and study what needs to be learned to make it a reality. It may take the entire year to figure things out, so don't assume you already have the answers. Instead, gratification is not on the agenda. When the slow pace causes frustration, remind yourself it's a chance to move realistically towards long-term goals. Be patient and have faith. Minimal activity is required this year. It's a time to gain the mental and emotional experience for greater achievements in the 8-year cycle to follow. Significant events can occur, but they're stepping stones for greater potential next year. You will become aware of life's imperfections to study and analyze your options. Everything this year is influenced by 7's power of reflection, making life easier to understand and organize. Once organized, reflection means looking at your present reality mirrored by people and things around you. Some aspects will feel out of place and undesirable. Regardless of how advanced you feel, the reflective power of 7 will expose an empty space in your life, revealing your unfulfilled potential. Accept this emptiness to discover your true capacity. When deep emotion arises, feel them, don't deny them. Ill health may indicate unexpressed emotion bursting to be released. Often mistaken for depression, but it's actually suppression. Recognizing and releasing these emotions improves mental, physical, and emotional health. There's no need to hurt yourself or others when releasing emotion. Spend time alone, free from distraction, to fully address your feelings. Unexpected feelings may arise like dark secrets, but they will boost your confidence. Overanalysis is a form of denial. It means you have the right answer, but refuse to accept it, searching for a preferred answer instead. So remember, truth varies for everyone and often drives you crazy before setting you free. Communicate your thoughts and feelings. Others can't read your mind or understand your moods and secrecy. Instead of taking relationships for granted, seek to understand them. This year, everyone reflects their reality back to you, offering vital insights about your life and the world. Use this year to gain knowledge, confidence, and expertise. Realize your unique gifts and accept your free spirit. Embrace life's diversity and your place in it. This introspective year is a chance to rediscover yourself and to let go of who you once thought you were. Get reacquainted with the world's extremes to secure a balanced position for yourself. So, this is your year to learn the basics of magic, the secrets of manifestation, and the laws of abundance. Determine what you want through your feelings. Plan for it with knowledge and face your fears. Genuine intent to succeed frees you from your guilt, revealing reality for what it is and maintaining balance. Acceptance of reality requires your total presence. Only in being fully present will you find the answers you need. This is why the 7-year asks you to plan rather than to act. Life extends beyond our private environments to a universe full of unimaginable life and energy. Explore your reality, and by the year end, you will know who you are and where you fit in. And even if you think you know your true identity, the 7-year may bring surprising revelations. Discover how perfect you and your life can become when your emotional will teams up with your knowledge. So, the planet Ketu, which is considered the south node of the moon, often associated with the number 7, represents spiritual growth, detachment, and inner reflection. As a ruler of number 7, Ketu's influence in the 7-year cycle brings a focus on introspection, self-discovery, and spiritual development. Ketu encourages deep self-examination and reflection. This year, you might find yourself drawn to explore your inner self, seeking answers to existential questions and uncovering hidden truths. The 7-year cycle under Ketu's influence often emphasizes spiritual awakening and growth. You may feel a strong connection to your spiritual practices or seek a deeper understanding of your purpose and beliefs. Ketu promotes detachment from material concerns and the external world. So this year you might feel that you have this need for solitude, and you might want to retreat from social interactions and social engagements to focus on personal growth and inner peace. The influence of Ketu supports a quest for wisdom and knowledge. So this is a year favorable for studying physiological or esoteric subjects and gaining insights that contribute to your spiritual and intellectual development. Ketu's energies facilitates letting go of outdated patterns, beliefs, or relationships that no longer serve you. This year might bring opportunities to release what holds you back and embrace new ways of thinking. Ketu's influence can also bring challenges related to inner conflicts and unresolved emotions. Facing these challenges head on is essential for personal growth and achieving a deeper sense of fulfillment. So overall, Ketu, as the ruler of the 7-year cycle, encourages a journey inward, focusing on spiritual evolution, personal understanding, and the release of limiting factors to align with a higher sense of purpose. And now let's speak about the 8-year cycle. In the 8-year, you will truly get what you want. However, if your desires are unrealistic, they can become a liability. And if you lack clarity in what you want, life will reflect that uncertainty. This year, sophisticity and realism are crucial. The 8-year is about self-empowerment, starting with the often startling realization of how little power we actually have, and recognizing that it's up to us to regain it and live as freely as possible. Your prosperity this year will depend on your determination. The accuracy of the information you gather and the depth of your awareness as the year progresses, your ability to make things happen and accomplish tasks will grow. Your expectations, confidence, and satisfaction will also increase. Last year was emotional. emotionally intense and confusing year, but it helped you understand who you are and why your life is the way it is. Now it's time to get serious. You know you must become smarter and stronger than ever. 8 is the number of power, material, and financial gain, achievement, rewards, status, and satisfaction. The 8-year of vibration provides the personal power to change the status quo and achieve significant goals that will alter the direction and quality of your journey. However, there's another aspect of 8 that's often overlooked. While 8 is the number of material power, it's also the number of accurate information. Without correct understanding of this information, it is useless. True understanding creates perfect balance, turning visions into material reality and making material experiences deeply spiritual. The ultimate reward of the 8-year is the inner satisfaction and contentment that comes with understanding the value of this balance. You must decide precisely what you want to achieve and eliminate any habits or attitudes that have held you back. You might start the year in one direction and end up in a completely new situation as you progress. This year's accomplishments are just the beginning of your long-term achievements. Desire can come from love or hate. When aligned with love, it can drive you towards external success. Trust this process. The events of the 8-year will lead you through evolutionary experiences, bringing you closer to your rightful place in the world. And a sense of belonging is a precious reward. If you're unhappy with your current situation, it's up to you to change it. Your right place isn't just about location. It can refer to love, relationships, health, status, finance, or any area needing improvement. Treat your desires as reachable ambitions. Even if your goals are external, the ultimate goal is the inner feeling of satisfaction, which is true happiness. This year, material gifts and support from others will come by more easily. You'll meet others seeking personal satisfaction, truth, and satisfaction and freedom. You won't tolerate limitations from those who don't share or understand your need for independence and fulfillment. Initially, others might oppose you, thinking you're aiming too high or that you have doubts about achieving your desires. Once you believe that you can create what you want and learn how to make it happen, you'll realize you're exactly where you need to be for inspiration and your resources. The 8-year is particularly easygoing. The material plane can be cold and competitive, requiring consistent hard work and determination. Difficult decisions and adjustments will be necessary, and physical and mental and emotional stress can result. So take time to rest and replenish your energies to avoid exhaustion. This year's circumstances will expose you to various forms of power. Some could be exciting and others showing you the dire consequences of power when abused or neglected. From a more powerful position, you can retain your freedom and fulfill your needs. This is a year of action, efficiency, intelligence, and faith. It's a time to reap the rewards of your investments in your life, largely depending on how much love for what you're doing is involved. You'll learn that love is the greatest power. You may need to reconsider your concept of money, power, and success as their realities will change. True success is measured by your contribution to life, not by what you take. You're here to create your unique destiny, not toil for others. If money or power solely drives you, you'll achieve goals but find them less satisfying in the long run. Recognize the power others have over you and find ways to release yourself from their control. The 8-year is a quest for inner satisfaction, contentment, and happiness. You might get an opportunity to do what you've always wanted to do, or you might get the opportunity to do what you want, or to take what you want to the next level. Seize these opportunities and bet big on yourself. You are the only one you can count on for your prosperity and your security. So be aware of the world around you to increase your power and protect your resources and reputation. This time, you're taking yourself more seriously and you're doing it right. An increased sense of self-importance is a good sign that you're feeling the urgency and pleasure of taking charge of your life. This is no time for false modesty or arrogance, just practical application of what must be done. Contradictory emotions will balance your ego, not suppress it. When your ego finds balance between overinflation or self-deprivation, it goes to sleep peacefully, allowing your abilities to increase. It's time to regain and reclaim your will and be who you truly naturally are. So be aware and be brave. What was once sound business sense may not apply today. Competition isn't the answer to maintaining quality, which suffers from competition turning into war. Quality is maintained by the love of quality. Remember, this is as you present yourself and your ideas to the world this year. Focus on larger issues. Avoid pettiness and dependency. Delegate fairly and aim higher than ever. Go after what you truly want and believe you'll get it. Now, when we look at the number 8, it's ruled by the planet Saturn, which is characterized by discipline, responsibility, and structure. So Saturn's presence emphasizes the need for discipline and hard work. Success and achievement will come through perseverance and a methodical approach. The 8-year demands dedication and an unwavering commitment to your goals. You may find yourself taking on more responsibilities or stepping into leadership roles. Saturn encourages you to embrace these roles with a sense of authority and integrity, understanding that your actions have significant impact. Saturn's influence aligns with the material and financial aspects of the 8-year. You might focus on long-term financial planning, investments, and creating a solid foundation for your future successes. This is a time for managing resources wisely and building lasting wealth. Now, Saturn's energy can bring challenges and obstacles, but these are opportunities for growth. Overcoming these hurdles requires resilience and adaptability. The difficulties faced this year will ultimately strengthen your character and clarify your objectives. So Saturn values structure and organization. So in the 8-year, you'll need to adapt a more structured approach to your plans and goals, creating systems and following a strategic path that will definitely help you achieve your desired outcomes. Saturn's influence fosters personal growth through self-discipline and self-improvement. So this is a year where you will be facing limitations, learning from them, and evolving into a more empowered and self-reliant individual. So Saturn is often associated with karma and the principle of cause and effect. So in the 8-year, the results of your past actions will come to fruition. It's a time to address any unfinished business and correct any imbalances in your life. So overall, Saturn's influence in the year 8 brings a focus on hard work, responsibility, and structure, encouraging you to build a solid foundation for future successes while facing and overcoming challenges with resilience. The 9-year cycle. This cycle is not just a chronological marker, but a profound invitation to complete, reflect, and prepare for new beginnings. Let's embark on this exploration together, unraveling the layers of what makes this cycle so crucial for our development and future. So what is the essence of the Year 9 cycle? The Year 9 cycle marks the conclusion of a complete 9-year period in your life. Think of it as the end of a significant chapter in the book of your existence. Just as the final season of a TV series brings closure to the story, the 9-year cycle offers you a chance to tie up loose ends, resolve unfinished business, and reflect on what has transpired. This year is all about acknowledging the past in all its complexity and preparing to move forward into the next chapter of your life with clarity and purpose. As the poet T.S. Eliot profoundly observed, what we'll call the beginning is often the end. And to make an end is to make a beginning. The end is what we start from. This quote encapsulates the essence of the Year 9. It's a time when endings pave the way for new beginnings. This year is not merely about closing chapters, but about setting the stage for what has to come next, with a sense of completion and readiness. The 9 year invites you to confront the absolute reality of your past. It's a period of reckoning where you're encouraged to face the events, relationships, and decisions that have shaped your current reality. This isn't always easy. It involves acknowledging how these past experiences have influenced your present situation and determining how you want to shape your future. Your current reality is a mosaic of everything that's happened to you, everyone you've encountered, and every emotion you've experienced. Every joy, every sorrow, every success, and every failure. They all contribute to where you are today. The 9 year is about understanding that to move forward effectively, you need to reconcile with the past. This means releasing emotional baggage, addressing unresolved issues, and integrating past experiences with your present reality. The power of the emotional release. One of the core themes of the Year 9 cycle is transformation through emotional release. As you navigate this year, you might encounter situations that seem to drag you down or trigger old wounds. These experiences are not just random occurrences, they're opportunities to deep emotional healing. The process of releasing old, buried emotions can be profoundly liberating. And when you allow yourself to feel and express emotions that you've been suppressing, life becomes lighter and more manageable. This is a time to let go of emotional weight that's been holding you down and holding you back. So, as you do this, you may find that life begins to open up in new and unexpected ways, offering greater clarity and joy. Now, understanding denial and embracing feelings. Denial is a significant barrier during the 9 years. Many people struggle with the past, replaying old scenarios and making the same mistakes because they haven't fully accepted or processed their emotions. Denial can keep you stuck in a loop of dissatisfaction and frustration. In Year 9, it's crucial to acknowledge that denial of your feelings only deepens your problems. Denial prevents you from addressing the root causes of your issues and keeps you from moving forward. Facing your emotions, no matter how uncomfortable, is a vital part to your healing process. By allowing yourself to fully experience and express your feelings, you pave the way for a genuine transformation. Now, the role of fear in personal growth. Fear is another emotion that can significantly impact your journey during the 9 year. It's natural to fear facing difficult emotions or confronting painful memories. However, fear must be allowed to move through you rather than to be suppressed. Clinging to fear prevents it from serving its purpose and can be paralyzing. Instead of avoiding fear, embrace it. Allow it to flow through you and out of you. This process helps you develop courage and discernment. By facing fear head on, you learn which fears are valid and which are merely illusions. Your feelings are essential for your survival and personal growth. And by understanding them, you enhance your ability to navigate life's challenges. The balance of thought and emotions. In the 9 year, it's important to recognize and interplay between thoughts and emotions. Positive thinking alone is not enough to create lasting change. True growth occurs when your thoughts and feelings are aligned and working together harmoniously. This alignment enhances your personal power and fosters a more complete sense of self. When your mental processes and emotional experiences are in sync, you create a powerful synergy that drives your growth and evolution. This balance allows you to approach challenges with clarity and confidence, ultimately leading to a more fulfilling and prosperous life. Now, revisiting the past to move forward. During the 9 year cycle, you may find yourself revisiting past experiences and emotions. This might feel like a step backwards, but it's a necessary part of the healing process. By revisiting and resolving old issues, you free yourself from the constraints of the past and prepare for a more dynamic future. Some of these experiences may involve memories or situations you'd prefer to forget. However, these are the very elements that need to be addressed. The more sincerely you engage with these past issues, the easier it will be to accept the healing process offered by the 9-year. Generosity and compassion are crucial themes during this period. As you deepen your understanding of your own emotions, you'll become more sympathetic towards others. And this enhances empathy, allowing you to better understand the ways in which denial and unresolved feelings impact not just yourself, but those around you. Compassion involves recognizing and responding to the sufferings of others without being consumed by guilt or obligation. It's important to distinguish between genuine compassion and guilt-driven actions. Guilt can lead you to engage in activities or relationships that don't truly serve you, while compassion guides you towards meaningful and supportive connections. As you navigate through the 9-year cycle, old unhappy memories may resurface. View these memories as opportunities for healing rather than burdens. Each memory that arises is a chance to release outdated beliefs and make space for new potentials. Accepting the past allows you to clarify what you want in your future and align your desires with those actions. The end of the 9-year is not necessarily a time of sadness or regret. Some conclusions will bring relief and joy, signaling that you successfully moved past old issues. Accepting that your past was a necessary part of your journey enables you to embrace the future with enthusiasm and hope. The 9-year cycle is a transformative period of closure and preparation for new beginnings. By embracing the opportunities to heal old wounds, confront past issues, and align your thoughts and feelings, you set the stage for a vibrant and fulfilling next chapter. This year is about completing your personal journey, integrating past experiences, and stepping confidently into the future. Thank you for joining me today as we explored the depths of the 9-year cycle. I hope this video has provided you with valuable insights and inspiration for your own journey. Until next time, embrace the endings and new beginnings with an open heart and a ready spirit. Take care and keep evolving. And if you've enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to press that bell notification so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos.